Hi, I'm Stacey Turner. Welcome to today's yoga session. Today will be a slower flow, allowing you to connect in more deeply with yourself, to listen to your body, to see what it's asking you for, and then to answer those needs. As always, this is your practice, so feel free to modify as feels good for your body. Stay away from pain, and let's begin. Head towards the back of your mat. We'll start in Balasana, child's pose. So take your knees wide, big toes touch, and start to walk your hands forward down your mat. Rest your forehead down onto the earth. And take some time here to close down your eyes. Spread your fingers wide and plug down through your palms and finger pads. And begin to deepen into your breath. Maybe you start to sink your hips a little closer to your heels. Allow your chest to move closer towards the earth. Take this time to fully arrive here on your mat. As you settle in and start to tune in more deeply with your inner world. Begin to connect in with how your body feels right now in this moment. What is it asking for? Take a couple more deep belly breaths here as you soften your outer edges. Start to walk your hands back in towards your knees. Rise up and find your way into Vajrasana, Thunderbolt pose here, a kneeling position. And bring your hands to heart center. Close down your eyes and take a moment to set an intention for your practice today. Breathe into your intention. And let's open the practice with the sound of one resonating Om. Inhale deeply to prepare. As you feel the vibration move through your body, it reminds us how blessed we are to be alive. And gently blink open your eyes. Clasp your fingers, temple mudra, pointer finger to the sky. Inhale as you press up. As you exhale, lean over to your right. Inhale up through center, maybe lift your gaze. Exhale over to the second side. Inhale through center. Exhale right. Inhale through center. Exhale left. Come back to center. Release the clasp of your hands above your head and bring your hands down to your lower back. Link your fingers here and draw your hands away, stretching across the front of your chest. Take one more deep, full, nourishing breath here. And gently release your hands around. Bring your hands out in front of your body. Come into all fours as you stack your shoulders above your wrists, your knees under your hips. Lengthen your right leg back behind you and flex your foot. Stay firm into your belly here. Bring your leg around to the side and walk your hands back in towards your hips. Rise up. As you come into gate pose, reach your right fingertips down your right leg. Inhale to sweep your left hand to sky. As you exhale, deepen a little further into the pose if that feels good for you. Take a couple more breaths here, using your inhale for length and your exhale for depth. Soften your shoulders down your spine. Option to take your gaze wherever feels good for your neck today. On your inhale, reach your arm up and over, take it to the earth, out to the side. Keep your legs where they are and reach your fingertips up, modified side plank, Vashisthasana. Take a couple of breaths here, shining bright out from your center. Really feeling into each pose, expanding out to make yourself as big and expansive as you can. And then lower your top hand down towards the earth. Walk your hands around to the front of your mat. Firm your belly. Lift your right leg. Take it back behind you. And lower your knee to the earth. Second side, left leg, stretch it back. Keep your belly firm as you bring your leg around. Plant the sole of your foot to the earth. Walk your fingers back towards your hips. Rise up. Firm belly. Scissor your legs in towards one another. Lengthen your left fingertips down your leg as you inhale your right arm up to sky. And exhale to deepen into the pose. Take a couple more deep nose breaths here. Stay firm into your legs as you feel lightness and uplift into your upper body. Use your inhale to reach your arm up and away, plant it down onto the earth beside you. Reach your left fingertips high to sky. Take a couple more breaths here. Maybe draw your hips forward, maybe draw your heart open. A slight back bend if that feels okay for you. And then lower your top arm to the earth. Walk your hands back around. Firm your belly, lift your leg, take it back behind you and lower it to the earth. And then let's find our way to downward facing dog. Curl your toes under, lift your hips high. Hands at shoulder distance, feet to hip distance. Spread your fingers wide and plug down through your palms and finger pads. Take a little bend into your knees and see if you can float your sit bones a little higher to the sky. Bend into your left knee as you drop your right heel to the earth. And then take it over to the other side. Right knee bends, left heel to the earth. Take a couple more of these each side. Feel free to go as slow as feels good for you. Releasing any cricks and cracks. And then settle into your down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find stillness here with your breath flowing freely through you. As you inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky, bend your knee and stack your hips, heel to opposite buttock. Lengthen your leg back behind you and lower it back to the earth. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips, heel to opposite buttock. Lengthen it back behind you and lower it to the earth. As you inhale, ripple forward into your plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Option to lower your knees to the earth and then lower down with control for a count of 5. Elbows hug in tight. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Uncurl your toes. Press the tops of your feet down into your mat. Hug muscle onto bone of your legs and draw your belly button up towards your lower back. Take your fingers out wide, just off the edges of your mat. Roll your shoulder heads back and inhale Baby Cobra, Bhujangasana, wide arms. Exhale, lower back down. Twice more like this. Inhale, maybe small, maybe teenage, maybe full-grown cobra. Exhale, lower down with control. One more time, inhale to rise up. And exhale to flow back down. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Curl your toes, firm your legs in your belly. Press off your knees or your toes to tabletop or plank. Hips high, downward facing dog. Take 2 to 3 deep breaths here as you realign your position. Reconnect with your breath. On your next inhale, raise your right heel to the sky, flex your foot. Exhale, step it through to the top of your mat. Inhale to rise up here and land into your legs. High crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Take a couple of breaths here as you scissor your legs towards the midline. Maybe lift up and open a little more. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, float your hands to the earth. Step back, hips high, downward facing dog. Come back to your breath. Tune in with your internal compass. Remember, at any point you feel the call to, you can come to rest in child's pose, the pose that we began our practice in. On your next inhale, float your left leg to the sky. As you exhale, step it through to the top of your mat. If it doesn't make it first time, feel free to grab your ankle with your hand and give it a little assistance. Scissor your legs towards one another and inhale to rise up firm into your belly, stable into your legs. Take a couple of breaths here, fingertips reach up. Shoulders soften down your spine, strong and straight into your back leg. Take one more deep, full breath here. Lengthen up on your in-breath. Frame your front foot on your out-breath. Step back, hips high, downward facing dog. 2 to 3 deep breaths here. On your next inhale, sweep your right leg to the sky, bend your knees, stack your hips, heel to opposite buttock. Lengthen your leg back behind you. Step it through to the top of your mat. Keep your back knee raised and rise up, crescent lunge. And land deeper into the pose. And this time, inhale to lengthen. As you exhale, twist. Left fingers forward, right fingers back. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to twist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. Raise your fingers up one more time. As you exhale, take your hands to the top of your mat, frame your front foot. This time, step off your back foot to the top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. With your feet at hip distance, slight pigeon toe of your big toes. Inhale, your arms wide, rise up. Palms press above your head. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a cleansing breath here, in through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more of these in. And out. Inhale, sweep to sky. Exhale, float down, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or earth. Take your hands to the floor, step back into your plank. Option to lower your knees to the earth. And then lower all the way or halfway pause for Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Firm belly, firm buttocks, firm legs. And press it back. Downward Facing Dog. Take 2 to 3 deep breaths here. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips, heel to opposite buttocks, square your shoulders. Lengthen your leg back behind you. Step it through to the top of your mat. Land your foot down. Scissor your legs towards one another and inhale to sweep high to sky. Land into the pose. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fingertips forward and back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist. One last time, fingertips to sky. Exhale, frame your front foot. Push off your back foot, step hip distance to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms wide, reach to the sky, press your palms. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. 2 cleansing breaths here. Option to close down your eyes. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more time in. And out. Inhale, sweep to sky. Exhale, bow and surrender, waterfall down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to earth. Step or jump back into your plank. Option to lower your knees or keep them raised. Lower halfway or all the way. And then inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale over knees or toes to downward facing dog. Take 2 to 3 deep breaths here. Inhale your right leg to sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips, heel to opposite buttock. Lengthen your right leg back behind you. Step it through to the top of your mat and rise up, high crescent lunge. And land into your legs. Lengthen up. And then press your palms as you draw your hands to heart center. Push off your back leg and shift your weight forward to bring your left knee up towards your chest. I'll turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing. I'll mirror you, left knee to chest. Then cross your left ankle over your right thigh. And start to bend into your standing leg. One-legged squat here. Option to pause at any of these checkpoints. You're fully welcome to stay here if that feels good for you. Otherwise, crossing over figure 4, maybe starting to bend into your standing leg. You might even bring your elbows to your knee and your heel. Lengthen your heart forward. And take a couple of breaths here. Listening to your body. What is it asking? What is it telling you? How can you tune in and listen even better? And then use your inhale to rise back up and lower your foot to the earth. Inhale, sweep high to sky. Exhale, hinge at your hips, bow, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the earth, step or jump back. Option to flow slowly through your vinyasa or come straight to downward facing dog or rest in child's pose, your choice. Take 2 to 3 breaths here. Final standing flow. Inhale your left leg to sky. Bend your knees, stack your hips, heel to opposite buttock. Lengthen your leg back behind you. Step it through to the top of your mat. Firm your legs. Inhale, rise up and land into the pose. Inhale to lift. Press your palms and draw your hands down to heart center. Start to transition your weight forward and bring your right knee in towards your chest. I'll turn to face you for this one. I'll mirror you with right knee to chest. Option to stay here and breathe into your balanced pose. Maybe cross right ankle over left knee and start to sit down into your imaginary chair. Maybe bringing elbows to knee and heel. Maybe allow a little smile to creep onto your face. As you take a couple more centering breaths wherever you are. Use an inhale to rise you back up, knee to chest, and gently lower your foot back to the earth. Take one more sun salutation here. Inhale, sweep to sky. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to earth. Step or jump back. Find your plank. Option for one final slow flow. And take a couple of breaths here in your down dog. Lower your knees to the earth. Bring your hips down onto the floor. Take your left leg out and draw your right foot in towards your groin. Lengthen up through your spine. You might even like to move the fleshy part of your buttocks out of the way. And then inhale to twist and turn towards your straight leg. As you exhale, hinge from your hips, lead forward with your heart, and start to walk your fingertips down either side of your leg. Take a couple of breaths here to inhale for length and exhale for depth. Take one more deep breath. And start to walk your hands back up towards yourself. Take it over to the second side. Lengthen up through your spine. Rotate over your straight leg. And as you exhale, start to walk your fingertips forward. Soften your chin down towards your chest. Maybe take a couple of breaths to deepen into the pose, inhaling for length. And exhale for depth. Start to walk your hands back in towards your body. Bring both legs out in front of you with the soles of your feet together. And make a diamond shape here. Lengthen up through your spine. You're welcome to stay tall and close down your eyes as you allow your knees to drop towards the earth. Or you can start to hinge forward from your hips. Maybe rest your hands on top of your feet as you bow forward. You might even like to take your arms underneath your legs. Place your hands on tops of your feet. Enjoy 3 to 5 deep breaths here, coming home to yourself in this forward fold. And start to walk your hands back in towards your hips, rise back up. And it's your choice where you'd like to take your final meditation for this session. Maybe you'd like to come to sit in an easy cross-legged position. Maybe you'd like to lay down onto your spine and head towards Shavasana. Your choice. For Shavasana, lower yourself down onto your back. Take your feet wide to the long edges of your mat. Arms outstretched, palms cupped up towards the sky, or you might like to take one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. And whether you're laying down or whether you're seated, take 2 conscious, deep, full breaths with your eyes closed down. And allow yourself to fully surrender for a few moments. And I'll let you know when it's time to arise. Begin to deepen into your breath. And bring your awareness back to the here and now. You might like to bring some gentle movement into your fingers and toes. I invite you to stretch your arms above your head and take a full body yawn. Maybe hug your knees into your chest and give yourself a big squeeze. And when you're ready, roll over onto your favorite side for a couple of deep, full breaths. Welcome to use your upper arm as a pillow for your head. Press your way up into an easy cross-legged position. Float your hands to heart center and take a moment to reconnect with your intention from the start of your practice. Offer yourself a moment of silent gratitude and appreciation for taking this time in your day for you, to listen to yourself, and to be so completely, uniquely, unapologetically you. To allow this magic to live on your mat, but also to take it out into your everyday life. Let's seal our practice with the sound of one final Om together. Inhale deeply to prepare. The light within me sees and honors the light within you. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.